you?
Hi, can I get a regular soy vanilla latte, please?
Good morning. There's 2 dogs in the back. I'll explain that later, but it's Saturday and I'm currently on my way to my cousin's house to visit her, which is like a 2-hour drive. So I just stopped and got a coffee and oh, the camera's about to die. It's sliding. What a mess. I'll see you guys later. So sorry about that chaotic non-start to the vlog. I thought my camera was fully charged. It wasn't. Anyway, it is now 4 p.m. on Saturday, and like I said this morning, I actually spent the morning, I drove down to my cousin's house, which is a 2-hour drive away, and it's actually near my hometown on the far northwest coast of Tasmania. Brett actually went up to Launceston. There's like an expo on for like fall driving, camping, fishing stuff. I didn't want to do that, so he went with one of his friends and I decided to do that. And also this weekend, you might notice there's a different little friend. This is Duke. We are, well, I am dog sitting him this weekend. Brett was here last night, but not tonight. One of our friends has gone away for the weekend and this little guy likes to get out and look for friends. So I said, well, hey, I'm just hanging around. I can look after him. Surprisingly, Duke and Charlie get along really well because Charlie is funny, especially when other dogs are in her house. She's like, no, this is my house, my place. But they've actually been so fun. I obviously was in the car for like 4 hours today, and it always gives me time to think about things. And these are things that I think about anyway, but like, when you're in the car for 4 hours by yourself, your brain just, you know, the cogs keep turning. I am in my late 20s. All right, let's put that out there. I'm in my late 20s. I'm not a spring chicken. Since I was young, since I was probably teenager, early 20s, I feel like now I am like coming into myself more than I have been for the past, like, probably for the past like 7 years. I feel like I kind of lost myself there within that period, and it's, you know, it's nothing to do with being with Brett and all of that. Like, it's just, it was a personal thing. Like, I'm sure that had some kind of influence on it, but Brett and I are in a relationship where we're both very much our own people. We're not just one person, we are 2 people living life together. But I've just lost myself there for a while. I feel like I'm rambling. Oh my god, this is so silly. All I want to talk about is that I feel like I'm coming into my that woman era. I just feel like I'm really coming into my own, and I'm really finding who I am at my core again for the first time in quite a few years. You know, I'm not trying to be this person and I'm not trying to be into that. I'm just being. I know what my life looks like and I'm well aware of it, and I know where I want to be, both, you know, like with my relationship, with my house, with my health. I know where I want to be, like what I'm striving towards, and that's always going to be a journey. Like, I'm never going to get there and be like, yep, I'm done. Like, it's always going to evolve, but I know what I'm striving towards. And because I have that clear vision of where I want to be, I am so comfortable in doing things now to get me there. And I'm not doing them because I feel like I have to. I'm doing them because I want to, because I want to be who I see myself as in my head in the future. So why would I do stuff now that goes against it? And because now I am so comfortable with how I see my future and like where I want to be, and I have a clear understanding of how to get there, I'm implementing all of those things. So I'm not going to talk about every aspect of it now, but I'm going to talk about the like surface level things, I suppose. I used to be super into like street style and fashion and blah blah blah, and that's how this whole video YouTube stuff started, and I'm not there anymore. Do you know what I want to wear? I want to wear stuff that's comfortable, that's casual, that looks cool, no matter the freaking year. You know, I want to wear just absolute basics, good quality. I have no interest in dressing super trendy. I have no interest in it anymore, and for a long time I was really scared of admitting that, but I'm not anymore because I don't care. Don't get me wrong, I still like clothes and I still like the aesthetics of it all, but I'm not interested in being trendy. Moving like past that is also my home. I mentioned it in my last weekly vlog, I think, but it's, again, I thought I wanted, and I like, that's tricky because I like both sides of it, but you know, Brett and I are gonna have kids, and I'm not gonna be able to keep a house, you know, white and bright and clean because kids are dirty, and it's just not gonna happen. You know, I have a dog, I have a tradie husband, and we're gonna have kids, and all of those three things are not gonna allow me to keep a pristine white house. So I'm gonna embrace it, and I'm gonna embrace the cozy vibes, and I'm working towards that, and I'm very excited. We also have big plans for the outside of our house this year, and it's completely different to what I thought I always wanted, and that's okay, because that is something I struggle with so much, is that, well, that's what I wanted. That's what I said I wanted, or that's what I wanted, so I can't ever change that. I actually struggle with that so much. Because I said it, or because that's what everyone thinks of me as, I think I can't ever change, which is why I was scared of saying I don't care about being trendy, because I used to. So because I've said something, I need to embrace the fact that I, as a human, can change my mind. I can change my opinion on something. I can change what I want in a house. I can change my mind, and it's okay, and it's perfectly fine, and people do it all the time. The third thing is my health. So I have always, as an adult, been interested in some form or another in being healthy, whether it was being fit, whether it was being like super skinny, whatever. I've been there. But do you know what I want to do now? I want to nourish my body, and I want to live an active lifestyle. And I want that active lifestyle to come naturally. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm there. I want to go for a walk. I want to do a workout. I want to drink a greens powder. I want to reduce my caffeine intake. I want to do all these things, not because I feel like I have to, because I want to. And that is a game changer. I want to do these things. I want to be healthy. I want to add these things in. I want to add this weird powder to my smoothie because it's healthier for me. Like, why not? It's what I want to do, and it's fueling the vision I have for myself, and I'm not forcing myself to do any of it. I'm already on the journey to becoming this version of myself, and it's so freeing to know who I am, and that in itself is a fucking miracle. Anyway, I have blabbed on for so fucking long. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I am going to chuck on a YouTube video, and I'm going to fold this massive pile of washing. Excuse the kettle, but it is now 8:30. I actually just went to the shop and got a cheeky little cookie situation. I couldn't stop thinking about them like for the last few hours, and then I was like, you know what, screw it. So, and I just had a shower and am ice rolling my face. I just have the cheap one from Kmart because I wasn't sure if I'd actually use it. Turns out I'm obsessed with it, so I'll probably get a nicer one eventually, but I mean, it does the job and it feels so good. Yeah, I'm gonna make myself a chai tea and have a cookie, watch some stuff, then go to bed, read my book. Just a wild Saturday night here, guys. These are the cookies I got, by the way, just Woolworths Planitude. Vegan granola cookies, man. I have had such a nice, slow Sunday morning. Excuse the dogs pitter-pattering around the entire house. It was just so nice. Like, I just made a coffee, went back to bed, watched some YouTube, read my book, and then I like got up and just like potted around the house. It is now 9:45. Brett won't be home till early afternoon, and I don't know when Sir Duke is getting picked up, but I do have a couple of things I want to get done today. I need to rearrange our gym. So Brett and I have a home gym in the shed, and Brett is actually picking up a treadmill today, which is so exciting. We've wanted one for ages, but I'm not buying one brand new. And the good ones that are a good deal on Facebook Marketplace get snapped up super quick. For a while there, we were considering buying one that's broken and then Brett fixing it, because usually they're like super cheap or free. But Brett's mum's friend or something ended up with one that she didn't want, so Brett's actually picking that up today and bringing it back. And because of that, I just want to rearrange the gym area a little bit so that it makes so that the treadmill will fit and in the most logical way. I'm just going to give you a quick overview. Keep in mind, this is a shed at the end of the day. The gym area is nasty. The other side is all full of our camping gear and other crap. So it's all very nasty, not aesthetic. Please keep that in mind. The gym area is actually at the back of the shed. Brett's got his workshop here, and then he built a wall, and you walk through and it's to the right. To the left is our camping and apparently dumping area. So I do need to cut these up and chuck them in the trash, and that wheelbarrow needs to vacate and go somewhere else. We have our bikes, whatever. But basically where these gym tiles are that we got from Bunnings, that is the gym area, and the bikes have creeped over a little bit because obviously a wheelbarrow. So we have our little weights station, which I got from Kmart, which I don't love, but I'm not gonna spend money and get another one. This is the weight bench. It was secondhand. This is a little shelf that I was keeping the weights on before I got that, but now it just kind of collects dust, and there's a whiteboard which we don't use. So I'm thinking maybe we don't need that. That's just a barbell on the ground that Brett uses. And then this is a project for the inside of the house and one of Brett's old things that he made, which he doesn't need anymore, which he just put here. So that's where we're starting. Now let me explain what I'm thinking. I haven't seen the treadmill. I don't know how big it is, but I need it to fit in here because we're not crouching over any other part of the shed, but I also need a floor area. I flick that around so it comes out from that wall and push it as far as I can over to that side. The treadmill is on this section, so there'll be a gap in the middle where I will put said weight station in the middle, get rid of that, get rid of this. The bikes move back, and then I still have all of this as my floor area and like in the middle as well. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. So I am just going, the door just opened and I'm like, what? Charlie just is deciding to join me. Duke seems to be a bit too scared to enter the shed, so I might go see if he's okay. But that's my vision at the moment. If it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work, but I'm just gonna play around. I'm gonna start moving shit and we'll see where we end up. Alright, it's the best it's gonna get. I obviously don't have the treadmill yet, so I don't know if it's actually gonna fit in the spot, but like surely it will, and if it doesn't, I can just move some things around. So again, we go through the doorway, and now this is the gym area that we have. So, Charlie's gingerbread man. We've got the barbell, moved the weight bench to the corner and left enough room over there to take weights on and off, obviously. I've just put the little mats down there that I use when I'm doing like sit-ups and stuff, the little weight section. And then this is what I've left for the treadmill. We'll see if it fits. We'll find out this afternoon. All right, so then that leaves all of that and all of this as open space. As long as that treadmill fits there, I think this setup is actually gonna work really, really well. Treadmill is in and it works works and it's in like perfect condition, and it cost Brett 50 bucks. So can't go wrong there. He's just gonna feed the cord a bit later so it's not in the way, and then eventually put a PowerPoint in there, because we also need a fan in that room because it gets so hot. Anyway, that's it. I think it's 1 o'clock now. I don't know when Duke's getting picked up, but now that Brett's home, I might go do the groceries soon. But I feel like I've vlogged that so much, like grocery hauls or in the shop, so I'm not going to do that. So far, it's been such a nice Sunday, isn't it, Dookie? Anyway, that's my update.